Hello everyone, this is Robbie Blasser one more time with the wherein. This is our third video newsletter. In the last one I talked about my basic approach to the story and what I wanted the story to be. But as I was writing it and I was, making God a character and putting words in his mouth, I realized that at some point or another I would also have to clarify very explicitly kind of what my approach wasn't and what I didn't want the story to be. And I think first and foremost, above all else, I think the thing I need to kind of put out there more than anything is this story is not interested in advocacy or endorsement of anything, whether for or against. I have God as a character. I have this Western religious tradition as the focal point, but in no way, shape, or form is that me saying that you should believe in this tradition or necessarily even believe in God. I don't care. That's not something that I have any personal interest in, okay? And I want to make sure that's 100% clear. Whether it's for or against is not my concern or issue. I want to use this character and this tradition to help tell a story, but that's not the same thing as endorsing it. To that end also, I use a stereotypical God with a white beard above the clouds, an old white man. Why do I do that? Because that's what I think God is? No, of course not. I use that because that's part of this tradition. It's part of the stereotype. This stereotype that is very male-dominated and very Eurocentric. It originated, of course, in the Middle East, but it's been whitewashed to a very significant degree, and it's very male-dominated. And as I was writing it and thinking about how I wanted to deal with that, I found it much more richer and interesting to put those stereotypes and that tradition front and center and really kind of make the story about that in all of its splendor and source. Not because, again, I'm trying to grant it legitimacy or say that I think you should view it that way, but because I think it's more applicable. I think it's more what we sort of understand, whether we agree with it or hate it or love it or not. So that's really what I wanted to make sure everybody understood, is that this is not about legitimizing a stereotype. In a lot of ways, if this were to get picked up and the story were to be told all the way through to fruition, you would find in many places it's the opposite of that. Those stereotypes, that exclusivity, is part of the story. I wanted to weave it into the story and make the story in a lot of ways about that. Because I think, again, it makes it more applicable. I don't use a sledgehammer, or I step out as the reader in the story and tell you what you should think, because that's terrible writing. But I do put them front and center, and I want the story to be about that. So if you've gone to the wherein.com, if you looked at the art, if you see the first couple issues, you are going to see stereotypical imagery. And I want to, there's no way around that. But I also want to make sure that it's understood that that is not an endorsement, that is not trying to grant legitimacy, and that is not overall representative of everything that's to come, okay? And I can't obviously tell you too much more than that because that's giving my story away. But I just want that, I felt in this climate right now that needed to be addressed. It's the elephant in the room. So one more time, my name is Robbie Blasser. This is for the wherein.com. I hope you've had a chance to go to our landing page. I hope that you've shared with other people, if you might. The Kickstarter campaign is about to start in full swing. I'd say more toward the middle of June than the beginning due to, life stuff. But in the meantime, stay tuned. I will post another video soon and keep you in the loop. I hope you're having a great day. Bye.